Hi, today I'd like to do a little demonstration on the proper way to assemble a welded star project. The welded stars are one of the main projects that we do with the college to help hone our welding skills. So there's the first few things that we need to make sure of first. The number one thing, proper PPE in the shop, safety glasses at all times, no exceptions. Now the other thing we did is we've already preliminarily set up our power supply to use the E6010. 1/8 electrode, that's what we're going to use to tack this up today, okay? So before we get started, there's a couple things we're going to need here. One of the things we're going to need, our standard star ends up being 3 inches by 3 inches with a handle. Now you can see this is a practice star that somebody's welded on part way, and if we look at the end, across here it's 3 inches by 3 inches by 10 inches long, and then we have a handle welded on it that the student can use to put his name on and to dip it in the dunk tank. So make sure you put a handle on your star. Now, when you get your supplies, we're going to go ahead and see your instructor. You're going to need 1 piece of 1/4 inch plate, 10 inches by 3, 2 pieces of 1/4 inch plate, 10 inches by 1 3/8, and then just a piece of anything for the handle. Now this was just a piece that was laying in the scrap bin that we're going to use, and it's wide enough for the student to put their name on, so that's a good thing. The other supplies we're going to need a combination square to do our layout and to check for square. We're going to need a soapstone so we can do our layout. We're going to need a fit-up magnet. This is a really handy tool to help these come out nice and square. And then the other things we're going to need is our standard PPE for the weld shop. Welding hood, gloves, and tape measure is always a good idea. Now remember, you got to have the gloves and the welding hood because this is considered hot work, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this plate, and since this plate is 3 inches wide and we're going to go minus a quarter, that'd be 1 1/2, and then since it goes on center, that's going to be minus 1/8. So we're going to set our tri-square, combination square, at 1 3/8. Hang your part slightly off the side, and what I like to do is I go ahead and I put a mark on the plate all the way down, and then since our line's on this side, I like to put a little X on that side of the line so we know which side our plate goes on. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to move into the welding booth with these parts here. We're going to set them up. We're going to grab our safety equipment. Gloves on, and our fit-up magnet. So what we need to do here is let's turn things like this, and we can see that our 1 3/8 piece, we want to put our fit-up magnet on there, and we want to put this down on there so that the line, the plate is right on the edge of the line there. Now right here on this side we can see that it's right on the line there, okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our 1/8 E6010 electrode. Our power supply has already been set up, and this is bright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, watch your eyes, I'm going to tack it right here. Ground hooked up. One on that end. Now we'll come down here, adjust it nice and square. One on that end. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to take our combination square. Our combination square, and I want to go ahead and set that all the way to 0 there so that it doesn't stick out. And now what we want to do is we want to put this in here. You can see that one's a little out of square right there. So what we'll do is we'll just tap it square. Now, you're saying this is only one side. Well, that's because this is going to be symmetrical. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tack our other side on there, and it's going to make a nice square piece so that when we weld this, we'll weld it and it will actually fill this up symmetrically to make this a nice square when it's welded. Now one thing we have to remember is that if we don't make this square when we fit it up, it's going to be really tough for us to make it nice and symmetrical when it's done. So pay attention to making it square and straight at the beginning, and you'll have much better luck with it in the end. So that can, when you're done with that, then we go ahead and we just tack a handle right on the bottom so that we can dip it in the tank, and this is to put the student's name on their part. It's of utmost importance that you put your name on your part, because if not, and somebody takes it, you didn't have your name on it, then I can't prove it was yours. So pay attention, play by the rules, and have a good time. Thank you.